We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. A particularly beautiful woman is a source of terror. As a rule, a beautiful woman is a terrible disappointment. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally it is the tortured who turn into torturers. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle the light in the darkness of mere being. In all chaos there is a cosmos, in all disorder a secret order. The word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, the love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. The pendulum of the mind alternates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect but by the play instinct acting from inner necessity. The creative mind plays with the objects it loves. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. It all depends on how we look at things, and not how they are in themselves. Every form of addiction is bad. No matter whether the narcotic be alcohol or morphine or idealism. Children are educated by what the grown-up is and not by his talk. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved but only outgrown. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. Through pride we are ever deceiving ourselves. But deep down below the surface of the average conscience a still, small voice says to us, something is out of tune. Often the hands will solve a mystery that the intellect has struggled with in vain. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate. There is no such thing as a pure introvert or extrovert. such a person would be in the lunatic asylum. We should not pretend to understand the world only by the intellect. The judgment of the intellect is only part of the truth. Neurosis is always a substitute for legitimate suffering. The debt we owe to the play of imagination is incalculable. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. Nobody, as long as he moves about among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. Mistakes are, after all, the foundations of truth, and if a man does not know what a thing is, it is at least an increase in knowledge if he knows what it is not. Follow that will and that way which experience confirms to be your own. We deem those happy who from the experience of life have learnt to bear its ills without being overcome by them. It is a fact that cannot be denied. The wickedness of others becomes our own wickedness because it kindles something evil in our own hearts.